Coming up, two nurses from Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital are recognized by Taiwan Neurological Society for their excellence on the job. Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center partners with Taiwan's Buddhist organizations to hold a micro movie competition. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. We kick off today's program in the Philippines. In a span of 2 months, Nueva Ecija province was hit by both Typhoon Kopu and Malor. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers returned to the province to hold rice distributions ahead of 2016. While there, they met local residents who are ready to reciprocate Tzu Chi's assistance. Let's take a look.
Holding plastic bottles filled with coins, residents of Nueva Ecija, who have been affected by 2 typhoons, have come to Tzu Chi's rice distribution.
This bag of rice is a great help for us and will sustain us for a month. After receiving this help, we can enjoy the new year.
In the 46 years of my life, this is the first time I felt love like this. Thank you, Tzu Chi, for helping us.
At the distribution, some students sing Tzu Chi's song Love and Care, which resident Narissa taught them to thank the Tzu Chi volunteers.
We want to thank Tzu Chi volunteers, especially Master Zhenyan, so we sing the song to express our gratitude. We have been practicing this, hoping to fully express our gratitude.
While Tzu Chi volunteers distribute rice, they also collect the coin banks these residents have been saving up to donate.
I hope you can take our small donations to help those in need, like the way you've helped us. I hope those being helped will pay the love forward as well.
Among the volunteers at the distribution are 2 new Chinese volunteers who were affected by Typhoon Kopu.
The society has given us so much, so we are now reciprocating.
In carrying out disaster relief work, Tzu Chi volunteers have created a cycle of love in this village that is gradually recovering from the disasters.
Also about aid distributions, but this report is centered in China. As the year ends, volunteers in the country have begun to host their annual winter aid distributions for the needy in their area. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers in Fujian commenced their distribution events. Today, we take a look at the events in 4 areas in Quanzhou, Hui'an, and Jinjiang, where much-needed winter supplies were distributed to a total of 3,496 households. Though the weather was less than perfect on the aid distribution day, Tzu Chi volunteers did not let it dampen their spirit of giving. In China, on December 25th, the Tzu Chi Foundation simultaneously hosted 4 winter aid distributions in Hui'an and Jinjiang of Fujian's Quanzhou City for 3,496 families. As the local weather was not ideal that day, the setup of relief items was delayed.
We vow to treasure each and every relief item the Tzu Chi Foundation gifts us.
Tzu Chi prepared rice, noodles, cooking oil, cotton undergarments, and daily necessities to help the impoverished residents through the winter months ahead. But what really brought a smile to the volunteers' faces is their interaction with the community residents.
Master Zhenyan has really inspired our compassion, so we can spread this love to more people. We didn't know how to do it before, but after coming into contact with Tzu Chi, we now know how to further our kindness to society at large.
In giving of themselves, the volunteers have found the joy of giving, and they look forward to reconnecting with the local residents each year. Next, we have a series of reports located in Taiwan. On December 29th, the Taiwan Neurological Society recognized 174 nurses across the island for their outstanding and excellent work. Among the honored were 2 nurses from Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital, Li芝緯of the Neurological Surgery Department and head nurse of the Intensive Care Unit, Zhen Lijuan. On December 29th, 174 nurses across Taiwan, selected by the Taiwan Neurological Society, received an award recognizing them as outstanding nurses for 2015.
Every time I see my patients take a turn for the better, I am moved, and it warms me to know that the effort I have put in was worth it.
Among the nurses awarded this year is Zhen Lijuan, who has been serving at Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital for the past 25 years.
This award actually sets a further expectation of myself to shoulder more responsibilities in the future and give more of myself towards my patients.
Zhen accepts this award on behalf of all the nursing staff at the hospital, as it is thanks to their collective effort that she's able to receive this honor. Currently employed at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital, Li芝緯has been a nurse for the past 20 years. She started out as a general nurse and later became a specialty nurse in the neurosurgery department.
A major motivation of mine is in seeing improvements in my patients. I enjoy teaching them about proper health care and treating them. Seeing patients get better one after another is really a great feeling.
Li is also a great mentor to those younger than her, passing on her nursing expertise on caring for stroke victims, patients with degenerative brain diseases, and brain trauma.
Nurses providing this type of care need to have patience and compassion. It's not that easy to pass on this type of knowledge to our younger and newer nurses.
In her spare time, Li also helps to plan activities for the Tulip Movement Disorder Association in Taiwan, which helps to improve Parkinson's patients and their family members' quality of life.
When patients are discharged from the hospital, I can no longer keep up with their condition. However, in my volunteer work, I can see patients in a different setting. I can interact with their family. For those who have mobility problems, they can join our association and take the opportunity to head outdoors and see the world at large.
It's this type of passion and love for her job that has won Li an Outstanding Nursing Award from the Taiwan Neurological Society for 2015. Li humbly says she's just doing her job. Looking to enjoy their summer on June 27th, many young people gathered at the Formosa Fun Coast Water Park in Bali, New Taipei City, to attend an event. However, sometime after 8 p.m., an explosion occurred. The event that was supposed to be fun and exciting suddenly turned tragic. In the end, 15 people had died from the injuries sustained that night, and 484 young people were injured. Let's take a look back at the events of that night.
I've never seen so many seriously wounded patients flocking to our hospital together.
When those patients arrived, we could tell that they had been treated in the water park, but it wasn't enough. We saw burnt marks and cutters, many cutters of powder.
Those young people never realized that they had a horrible price to pay. Every time a dressing was replaced or the patients underwent therapies, it was very excruciating. The scream also brought tears to their families. Over 1,000 doctors and nurses were mobilized to treat these burnt patients. The processes were painful to them as well.
It wasn't easy for us either, because we couldn't change their dressings while shedding tears. Even if we wanted to weep, to feel sad, or discuss the treatment, we did all these afterwards.
These young people encouraged each other to walk out from their pain.
很多正面的这些小朋友会鼓励一些就是比较
Kids who were optimistic would encourage those who were more depressed or who had problems coming out. Eventually, they were recovering pretty well in our hospital.
其实都愈合还有恢复情况都还蛮不错。
This incident allowed us to see people caring for each other. From the medical staff, we saw unwavering love. And from the patients, we saw their will let them overcome obstacles in life.
每一条生命都是不能够
No life should be given up. We did our best to look after them, because from them we saw that if our will is strong enough, we can overcome obstacles.
都可以破除很多困难。
TML often holds free clinics in remote areas to safeguard local residents' health. Recently, a free clinic was held at the new Shangri-La community in Keelung. This event proved quite difficult as it was held along a narrow veranda in the community. However, a strong sense of love united the community and obstacles were quickly solved.
The volunteers invite the elderly to have some tea before starting the free clinic. Holding a free clinic in a veranda is part of the uniqueness of Tima's health check in the new Shangri-La community in Keelung. Many seniors are benefited by this free clinic. Even Li Meiguan, a dental hygienist, found her motivation to work.
Let me teach you how to brush your dentures. You can't brush the gums too hard. Do you know why? Because it is made of plastic. When they come the next time and their teeth have become better from the treatment, it shows they have listened to my advice and have gone to get treatment. It will make me happy.
有听了我的话，有再去找，要积极的去做治疗，那我就非常开心。
Though the free clinics are held on weekends, Yu Huijing, a hairstylist and a Tzu Chi volunteer, still took time off from work to volunteer.
A customer once asked me why I didn't do my business on this day, but came to give free haircuts instead. I told her that I enjoy giving without asking for any return. What I earn today is more than money. I've earned spiritual sustenance.
The meaning of happiness is being redefined by the volunteers' unselfish giving.
We continue the second segment of our program with a closer look on Taiwan's labor shortage problem. According to Taiwan's Ministry of Labor, the unemployment rate for people between 20 and 24 years old has reached 12% in July. Yet at the same time, a survey conducted by job banks showed that 57% of employers have trouble filling their labor needs, especially in the manufacturing and service industries. We investigate the reason for this discrepancy in our report.
我还是跟你确认一下，今天用餐人数是2位吗？
对。
Huang Jianlun actually has a master's degree in biotechnology. So then why is he working as a waiter in a chain restaurant?
When I was still in school, biotechnology was going to be the next big thing. However, by the time I was in graduate school, I realized that the industry didn't really take off in Taiwan. So I thought I might try something else.
The service sector is easier to get into. As long as you are interested, pretty much anyone can come work here.
Huang says he actually looks forward to working abroad the most, just like most of his friends.
I want to go work abroad and experience what life is like out there.
Currently in Taiwan, there are many young people who share Huang's story by pursuing a higher degree and entering the job market later. Studies show that beginning in 2010, college students have been opting to graduate later. On average, 1 out of 7 college students will make such a choice, which then leads to a decrease in the number of years they spend working.
When students learn that the average salary is quite low, while hours are long and work condition is less than ideal, they are more hesitant to go make a decision.
Thus, young people nowadays often opt of work study abroad or work in the service sector until they can make up their mind. Meanwhile, they have absolutely no interest in blue-collar jobs.
It is difficult for small and medium enterprises to find good talents because college graduates will always look to work in a big company first. Whoever is left will then come here. The apprentice program has been long gone. If you tell them about it, they turn their head and leave right away.
Mr. Deng has been in the manufacturing industry for over 4 decades. Though the machine he makes is sold throughout the world, his factory just can't seem to attract young people. Gangshan Kaohsiung is the world's main screw and bolt provider. Factories here produce 30% of the world's market share. Again, most of the workers are elderly. Young people just don't want to come here.
Some leave immediately after taking a look. Others leave half a day later. They'd rather work in a gas station or a beverage shop than here.
Studies show that the labor force participation for young people in Taiwan is only 29.36%, which is 4% lower than 10 years ago and far worse than the US 55%. Scholars say some young people may even opt to not work at all if they encounter setbacks, such as getting laid off or fired.
These young people are called unmotivated youth. Their age is between 15 and 29 years old, and there are about some 50,000 of them.
So there are job opportunities. It is just that young people don't want to do them. Currently, unemployment rate is the highest for young people between 20 and 24 years old. The government should provide proper counseling to get these people working to reduce the problem of labor shortage in the country.
In Buddhism, it is believed that all is created by the mind, and therefore having the correct mindset is very important. In order to promote the Buddhist ideals of compassion and kindness, Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center has joined hands with several Buddhist organizations to hold the 2016 Buddhist micro-movie competition. The organizers hope that the competition will encourage young people to incorporate Buddhist ideals and creativity into their work.
The pictures on the screen depict suffering in the world. To inspire people's compassion, Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center has joined hands with Taiwan's Buddhist organizations to hold the 2016 Buddhist micro-movie competition.
We hope people can spread Buddhist idea of compassion through micro-movies or video clips.
I hope young people can show their talents and interests through participating in the competition. In addition, I believe they will also get to know Buddhism.
The competition organizers hope that young people can spread the Buddhist idea of compassion through their creative works.
People who are interested in Buddhism will be able to benefit from watching the works of this Buddhist movie competition.
Since people's thoughts will influence their emotions and behaviors, having the correct mindset will enrich people's lives.
Everyone can express what is in his mind, and we hope such works will generate a positive force in society.
Buddhism plays an important role in Taiwan in terms of stabilizing people's minds. As the competition participants promote Buddhist ideals with their creative works, They will help stabilize societies.
Change one's thoughts can change one's world. The competition organizers hope that the work submitted will incorporate Buddhist ideals and perspective of the younger generation and eventually inspire the viewers.
We now go to the Caribbean to join Tzu Chi volunteers in the Dominican Republic as they spread holiday joy by visiting the La Romana Tzu Chi School and a senior home.
In the Dominican Republic, Tzu Chi volunteers and the residents of a senior home are happily dancing together, even if it means the elderly have to use their walkers. Next, the team arrives at the La Romana Tzu Chi School. And again, everyone celebrates the visit by dancing together. The students then perform the Spanish version of Tzu Chi's sign language song, Give Love. The volunteers have brought ripe red apples for the students. Not only will the fruit keep the students healthy, the love inside has warmed their hearts in this winter season.
In Hualien, a lily farmer who suffers from spinal cerebellar ataxia has been growing lilies and vegetables to sustain himself for more than 20 years. In addition to supporting himself, this farmer Yang Wengang also donates to charity organizations to help others in need. Learning of his story from the media, many customers took the initiative to buy his lilies and even picked the flowers themselves to lessen his burden.
Bathed in winter sunlight, some customers have brought their children to purchase flowers from Yang Wengang's lily field.
I think cutting the lilies is quite simple. Spending just a bit of money, I can help people and get some flowers. It's quite good.
The lily farmer Yang Wengang, nicknamed Uncle Agang, began to suffer from spinal cerebellar ataxia 20 years ago. Despite his mobility problem, he still farms to sustain himself and even reaches out to others in need.
He is very kind. Although he suffers from SCA and needs help, he donates to Taiwan Spinal Cerebellar Ataxia Association every year.
When it is lily season, many customers come to buy the flowers from Uncle Agang after learning of his story from the media.
My co-workers posted a Facebook article this morning saying they wanted to buy the lilies. Then I said, since I live near the fields, I can buy the lilies for everyone, so I came.
Thank you for caring for me and supporting me.
Despite his illness, Yang Wengang still leads a fulfilling life. The power of love in society has also given him the strength to continue to sustain himself.
In New Zealand, Tzu Chi volunteers have long cared for students of Tamaki Elementary School to provide books and educational needs. Recently, volunteers donated 12 tablet computers to encourage and expand the children's learning ability. We will leave you with these images at the end of the program. And as it is the last day of 2015, on behalf of all of us here at DaAi TV, we'll see you next year.